What is up, entrepreneurs? Welcome to the Friday live day. So pumped that you are here. If you're brand new to the channel, my name is Gladney. I do small business and video marketing tips to help you get your business visible so that you can share a message that really matters and change people's lives. And on Fridays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we do these wonderful live streams like we'll be jumping into tonight. So I won't be too long before you. So whether you're watching this live or on the replay, thanks for being here. Did that sound like a commercial? So let's get to it. So tonight's topic, I wanted to touch on just why your first 300 to 500 subscribers, but we'll stick with 300. The first 300 subscribers really matter the most compared to, you'll see a lot of the YouTube experts talk about how to get your first 100 subscribers, how to grow your YouTube channel, what's the best tools and cameras and microphones for your YouTube channel. What is, what's the formula for the YouTube algorithm? What is all of these different things and how to get even your first 1,000 subscribers, how to get your first 100,000 subscribers, and so on and so forth, up until you get into the millions of subscribership and all that other good stuff. But I believe, this is my personal belief, that it is not really your first 100 subscribers that even really matter. Not that they are insignificant, because they are the people that subscribe to you and they take a chance on you and all those different things. So like I said, we do continue our series of 3 reasons why. So I have my 3 reasons for why I think, and my personal belief is that your first 300 subscribers are really the category and grouping of people that we really should be focusing on when you're first building a YouTube channel, and not necessarily the first 100 or not necessarily the first 1,000. Now, if you've been around for the channel for any amount of time, or if you're new, then it's easy to find the analytics and statistics and stuff like that, even for my channel. And so I have a few things planned and a few things that I'm ready to go over and all of that good stuff. But before we get started, whether you're watching this live again or on the replay, thanks for being here. So we have, this is all over my face. We have Jazz, me and you, new subscriber to the community, says, hello, Idol. Hello, Jazz, me and you. Thanks for being here. So pumped that you are here. And if you have any questions or anything like that, because again, it'll be a pretty short live stream tonight, make sure you go ahead and drop those as we're going through the content. And as always, I will drop back in and give you all the tips, the nitty gritty, and so forth. But as I was saying, I think it's really the first 300 that matter the most when it comes to creating a YouTube channel that is going to build and that's going to grow. And I say that because it was not like I set up my YouTube channel one day and then all of a sudden, like the flood of people just came in and stuff like that, because it's like, honestly, it's like within the past 30, 45, and 60 days. So really within the last 30 to 60 days, I've had more subscribers to my YouTube channel just over the past 2 months than I did my first 2 years on YouTube. So I know I'm starting to step into that next level of growth and things like that when it comes to, my YouTube channel and things like that. However, I think, like I said, it's the first 300 that really matter. So we have Vicky online here on the channel. Hey, Vicky, thanks for being here. Good to see you. Let me adjust this. Okay, I think right there is good. Okay, so I think, like I said, I think it's the first 300 that really matter, and I'll go into the different reasons why. But if you were not here or you didn't see last week's stream, where I was going through some more different tips and stuff like that, I was going through why you need to live stream, and so I want to pull up a few pictures that I had from before that kind of touches on the first point, being the first 300 people really matter because they join you while you are still learning. The whole time you're still learning, and it could be even though you're going to potentially change your topic, you're going to change your niche or your specific area of focus and stuff like that, you're still getting a feel for what it is that you want to do. And easily enough, like I see a lot of people, they will say, have your family, your friends and all that subscribe to you when you first get started. I never did that. I never went to my Facebook friends or people from high school or whatever and told them to go and subscribe. Like, I wanted it all to be a natural progression of who comes to my channel so that it really matters. And I'll get into that a little bit into step 2. But I wanted to, or my second reason why not step 2, but it's just like I wanted it to be organic. I wanted it to be people that really had an interest in my channel and weren't just here because of some sub for sub type stuff, or somebody that wasn't here because, I simply asked them to, because they don't have a genuine interest in your content. But somebody that is brand new, they are joining you while you're still learning, and while you're still learning, you're still making mistakes. And so I wanted to show you guys some of the images that I had from last week's stream where I was saying like why you should live stream. And just basically going through my progression of my live streams and the stuff that I use in my Logitech C920 web camera and all that good stuff. And so this was my very first live stream. This is an image of it. So, as far as the quality is concerned, it's clear, but it's not necessarily, the best or what have you. I wasn't sure what I was doing with my office. I had not long moved in, and, it's just kind of, it is what it is. So I have nothing to say about that, but I'm learning, and it looked weird and it felt weird and I felt goofy. And if, you judge me because of the facial expressions that I'm making, I would venture to tell you that if you can't pause your video anywhere, it's a little video tip. If you can't pause your video anywhere in between your recordings or whatever, and you see a weird face, that means you're not making enough facial expressions. So pro tip there. So don't judge me with the weird faces that I'm about to show you. So this is the second one. Looks like it was like I was having allergy issues or something like that. But at the same time, again, getting a little bit better. I was getting the lighting better and all that different stuff. Getting some stuff, spending some money, or not spending some money, investing in just like, okay, I got my little seat or set. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's SETTEE, I think it is, whatever it's at. However, it's a little couch and, bookshelves. I'm starting to organize and all that different stuff. So now I'm starting to get a feel for just what I even want behind me to look like, what I want, the kind of content that I wanted to talk about. And these are live streams that I was doing on Facebook. So hence you'll see like the little logo be live. And it wasn't even where you could pay for that yet. So that was a free program. So I'm just using what I have and just talking my message out, just saying it and saying it and saying it and saying it. And then it wasn't until it's like at this point I felt like I started to really get a hone for what I was doing. But if you look at the bottom, because this is just a screen capture from YouTube, is, I was doing 7 tips for buying your first DSLR camera. And so I was experimenting with live. So I did this one live on YouTube. And at most, and this is just from like last week, a screen capture from last week. So almost, 2 years later, it still only has 44 views and 2 likes on there. So it's not like every video is going to be a hit and all this and that and whatever. So like I said, when I'm going into the whole thing of the people that join you within your first 100 are just like, okay, we'll see. That's the we'll see crew. We'll see what you do. We'll see what it looks like. But the people that are there when you're at 300, you've posted enough videos by now where they can be like, it's like, okay, I'm getting a feel for what you're going at, but it still kind of feels like you're not sure. And so I love this quote by Steve Maraboli. Says, it's a lack of clarity that creates chaos and frustration. Those emotions are poison to any living goal. Okay, so I want to read that one more time. It's a lack of clarity that creates chaos and frustration. Those emotions are poison to any living goal. That is so incredibly powerful, and it just really touches me for, it's like if you don't have clarity, and especially when you're first getting started, you really don't know. You're just kind of going for it. You're trying it. You're like, it's like, I hope it comes out. Like, I hope what I'm thinking and what I see in my head comes through on this camera. I hope that it sounds and I sound as confident, as great as I think I do in my head. And that's where you are in like that content creation phase, especially if you haven't got started yet. So we jump into the comments. Holy moly, we got the super the chat coming into his house. $20 from solid steps to wealth. Thank you. Your transparency. Hold on, let me get this a little bit larger. Says, thank you for your transparency and gems that you dropped. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you blessing me, investing into my life. So I certainly appreciate that ever so much. Thank you so much. Man, that was awesome. So says, hola. And Jazz, me and you said you are right. I subscribe to you because of your very informative content. You also speak clearly. Well, thank you so much. I definitely try to work on my enunciation. Because sometimes I can screw that up. And so thanks so much. We got Bobby's World into his house. What's up, Bobby? Good to see you. So glad that you are here. And so let's go ahead and jump into point number 2, or my second reason why, which is reason why I think the first 300 subscribers, they kind of matter the most, or kind of matter a little bit more than the first 100, is because they fuel your channel. They're the people that fuel the future growth of your channel. These are the people that are going to help to increase your watch time. They're going to increase your comments, and they're going to increase your views. Now, I specifically put it as watch time, the comments, and the views for a reason. Now, when I did, because I do my Entree Chats daily podcast, and so not this week's episode, but last week's episode, I was talking about, if there's a formula, or if there's a hierarchy in the content, or the way that people engage with stuff. If we look at like how we scroll through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, like I know my scroll finger speed is something like this here. So that seems pretty fast, but like I'm looking for something interesting. Like I'm just literally doing like that. And I know my mom and dad, they scroll like that. real slow, just like, oh no, let me scroll back down. Like theirs is really slow and very methodical. I'm not like that. Like I'm just like, let me see. And then when I see something, then it hits and it gets my attention. And so when we are looking at, different people's content and stuff like that, like I said, watch time, comments, and views. And these are the people, these 300 subs, they fuel the future growth of your channel. And here's why. When you look at the hierarchy, like I said, of the way that we interact with social media, or the way we interact with content, you'll watch something, but that doesn't mean you'll engage with it. You'll just be like, it's fine, or yeah, that's cool. It's not until it moves you a little bit more that makes you want to watch the whole video, or something interesting. Just like I got the comment or the comment and compliment that I speak clearly. And I also get the comment and compliment that people like the way that I teach. And so, and I appreciate that so much, because it lets me know that I'm on target and I'm on par with who I'm trying to reach, and I'm communicating clearly with them. Okay, I'm communicating clearly with my target audience. That's super, super critical. So when we consider, the watch time, if just because and I say views last, like again, watch time, comments, and views. I say views last because if somebody clicks on your video and then they click back off, it's considered a view. So they literally could have been there for 3 seconds, and that's considered a view. Whereas the watch time, if I have a 5-minute video and you stayed for 4 minutes of that video, that means so much more, because that person actually spent time with you. It means more than the view, because somebody can click on and click off. One of my first videos was like something, let me see if I can pull it back up here. So I think I can share this real quick. Share screen. Yep. Cool. So if you look at this top left one here, these are my videos from oldest as far as the uploads, and you can look at this on the YouTube channel. You go over here to sort by and all that stuff, and you can see it. But I look at mine from oldest to newest, and so it's showing the oldest video that I upload and made public, that I was using on my website, and I wound up doing testing a Facebook ad with this one. It's called The Important to Focus. I did not know that there was some video or viral video or something that was going on. I didn't even know what a viral video was at the time, or that it was one going on, but it was something by somebody, and was somehow titled The Importance of Focus. This video for 1 minute and 36 seconds meant nothing to these people, because most of who saw this, minus maybe 20 people, were not my target audience. So these views may make me feel good, and made me feel good to know that within the first, few hours, first couple days that video was published, it got, 99 views at the time. And I was like, man, this is going to be great. YouTube is going to be it. Like, I'm going to make money and I'm going to win in life and everything's going to be fantastic. And it didn't work like that. And so when we're talking about, these vanity metrics, these metrics that make you feel good because you got, somebody to watch, or these many views, or not necessarily you got them to watch, but how many views and subscribers, that stuff becomes superficial in a way. It's more important that somebody spends time with you on your channel, and then be moved to leave a like, and then go a little bit deeper and be moved to leave a comment. It means so much more than just them to click on and click back off. So the people, like when you get to about 300 subscribers, you'll be able to really get a better, accurate read of what your real audience size, what that specific watch time is going to look like. And so if we come over here, now this is in my YouTube studio, in the studio beta, they have, let me make sure it's scrolled all the way up. Okay, so I pulled specifically my statistics from June the 1st, 2017 till June the 1st, 2018. I literally just hit 500 subscribers in September of 2018. Okay, so it has not been that long. So what took me up until, almost 2 years worth of like solid work, I'd say February 2017 is when I really dug into my channel for real. Everything else was just like trying and experimenting and seeing what is YouTube prior to that. But February 2017 is when I really was like, okay, I invested in some courses and stuff. I'm trying to learn this thing. So I just pulled from like June 1st, 2017 to June 1st, 2018. This is at my 300-ish subscriber mark. I had, if you can see it right here in this bottom right corner, I had a total of 336 subscribers at the time, between this time frame. And it took me, what was it? So this video is July 31st, 2017. I had just hit 100 subscribers. So like my growth took a very long time because I did not have that clarity. I did not know what I was doing. It was just awful. But when you look at the YouTube analytics and stuff like that, I could see that I was starting to gain momentum. So let me scroll down here to the older videos. And on the far right, you'll see like I was not getting subscribers a lot. And these videos were not producing subscribers. I was starting to get some watch time. And I was starting to really get some views the clearer that I got with the videos that started to do well over those that didn't. And so when we talk about whether or not, a video is going to do great or whatever the case is, it's like you got to be clear. But at the same time, again, I always encourage you to focus on things in the right order. Otherwise, you'll get distracted. And that's watch time, the comments, and the views, because those are going to be the things that really propel your channel forward. And if you can get people to get invested in what you're doing, stay till the end and get caught in your cycle of content and know that, man, I'm really digging everything of what they're doing. I like their style. I'm vibing with them and just all of that. But that stuff takes time and it takes practice. But again, it's like I said, that's why I felt like, this video here, July 31st, 2017, I had just hit 100, but I was just getting to the point where I was figuring out what the heck my channel was going to really be about and what I was really going to be doing. Third reason why I feel like your 300 subs or somewhere at that 300 subscriber mark is really going to make the difference is because this is, I think, a good size group that you can actually beta test your experiments. And what I mean by beta test is simply by trying stuff out. And so these are the people that's going to help to increase your watch time, your comments, and your views. You have enough people now for them to say, because you'll think I have 100 subscribers. clearly I should get at least 75 per video. I mean, obviously you should watch my channel, right? Maybe you should just hit that bell and then you'll see everything that I upload when I upload, right? Well, if you look at even just like your frequency of posting and all that stuff, which can tend to be off for people that are new to YouTube and stuff like that, then you can see even within, like, I can look at my personal channel. I don't have like a personal channel I upload videos to, but I have for things that are my personal interests separate from business. I can look at where my video would come up for my actual channel here. Where is it coming up in the feed of stuff? And I publish at least twice a week. It gets drowned in the sea of content just by from, whether it's like not Disney Channel, Discovery Channel type content. It could be, documentary style content. It could be, spiritual growth type content. It could be, books and just like audio programs and like it could be a bunch of different categories of stuff. So for the amount of people that I'm subscribed to, which very well could be like under 50, and not everybody's uploading consistently or whatever, I still get lost in the feed of my content. So maybe I don't see your videos all the time. Maybe I don't really see, I didn't hit the bell because I don't really know what you're going to do yet, but this is a nice size group to see when I'm scrolling this fast through my feed to just see what looks interesting, what looks great, what looks like something that people are going to click on, which definitely does matter, because that's another thing within your first 0 to 100. You're not all that great with the thumbnails. Like your YouTube thumbnail game is not where it should be. It's just kind of those weird face poses like I was showing. And it's just like this. You upload the video and this is what you see. Then you upload the next video and this is what you see. So you're not, working on a thumbnail. You're not really doing anything. It's just kind of whatever content. And it's just like the video could be good, but if the thumbnail isn't good and isn't intriguing enough, then you can test stuff out. Now you got a good group of people to see why they're there. What did they subscribe for? And that's another thing that I really liked about these analytics. And if you haven't tried the YouTube Studio Beta, you can definitely test that out. But what happens is that like you can see and click on each individual video and see which videos led to subscribers. And so like I can see that, this one where I was talking about YouTube changing the rule, that's when they did like the 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time type stuff or whatever. I could see what kind of content was working and I could see what kind of stuff wasn't. And so the personal development content, finance content at the time was not doing as good as other stuff. And so I noticed right when I got about here, that camera stuff, tech stuff was the things that the people in my audience group, like I said, those 300 some people said that they like more than other stuff. And it's simply just by looking at the same stuff that I talked about, the watch time, the comments, and then the views and stuff like that. Look at how they're engaging with you. And like I said, if you haven't checked out the Entree Chats Daily podcast, definitely do that, because that episode where I was talking about that, not this week's episode, last week's episode, I'm breaking that down. And so when I got up here, I'm also working on the type of content, the quality of the content. I'm studying to be a better speaker, to be more articulate, to be easier to understand, to better communicate with who my specific target audience is, which is definitely a factor into whether or not somebody's going to subscribe to you. Is like, are you speaking their language? Are you really connecting with them in the way that they want to be connected and communicated to? And so like all of that stuff mattered. And so then I start finally getting to the point to where videos were now starting to get over 100 views, per video. Now I'm starting to see some subscribers start to trickle in and people start to enjoy the content. Now I'm starting to see some consistency within the watch time and how long people were staying on the videos. And I can go back and I can see if people are dropping out at 2 minutes and 14 seconds on most of the videos. I'm like, what am I doing at 2 minutes or, exactly at 2 minutes and 14 seconds or exactly at 2 minutes that is turning people off? Is it lip smacking or is it just you running on? So something I used to say all the time early in my videos was, if I'm teaching and I'm talking about something and I'll say, and again, if you haven't done this and this, and again, if you haven't, remember what I said 2 minutes, like it's a video, they can go back and hit replay. They don't need you to repeat what you said already because they already heard it. And if they didn't or wanted to go back and hear what you said, they can just scroll backwards. So it's like, you don't have to do that. That's me talking to myself. So, so that was something that I noticed that I did. And somebody left a comment. So they watched the video. They were that far along. So like I said, the watch time, the comments, then the likes and then the views type something. If there's a hierarchy in what type of engagement matters, if there's an engagement scale, then somebody left a content. It was like, hey, this is a great video. I really enjoyed it. But I noticed you kept saying the same thing over again. And just because somebody may be telling you something you maybe don't want to hear doesn't mean that it's not true. Because sometimes people will say and they'll tell you stuff in love, even though it just doesn't feel good at that moment. And he was like, some of us older people, which I later found out that my audience was a little bit older, again, paying attention to what my audience wanted and who they are and who I'm specifically trying to reach and just getting better in tune with who my people are. Then he's like, well, we really prefer you to just be very clear, be short, straight to the point, and then move on. Like, give me the detail, it's like, so I was like, okay, I was like, I can dig that. And so I started making those changes. So if I'm editing the video and I noticed where I say, and again, I'm cutting it out. I'm cutting it out. I did a video where I actually shared my editing of a recent video, and I'll link that up on the YouTube card up above after the stream is over, where I just was sitting you down. I literally recorded the video that night. And then I turned around and I got ready to edit. I said, well, why don't I share this via a live stream and just see if this adds value? So again, experimenting and testing and just seeing, is this something that the audience will dig? Is this something that they like or whatever? And so you'll get a chance to see me in that thing and just like kind of go through my thought process of what it was like to edit a video, and just like as far as the music, and knowing that I'm not just editing the video portion in my words and speaking, but I'm also editing the audio, because I found if a lot of people are on their phone, I'm speaking to people that are what I call workpreneurs or working entrepreneurs. When you got your phone and you're not supposed to have it at work, it's face down. So is the audio experience for somebody's, is not just their viewing experience, like is it visually appealing, but is the audio experience. So if I got a live stream like this and they just want to listen to it while they're at work, they want to listen to it while they're running or whatever. And I noticed I'm starting to get people that was part of a YouTube Red. I don't know what they call it now, but it's like they pay for it so you don't have to see ads or whatever. I noticed people are paying and these people are watching, because they'll tell you like these people are on basically YouTube free and these people are on YouTube Red. And so those people that's on YouTube Red, they can download the stuff if they want to. And they got more liberties. So if I'm talking to somebody that may be at work, I'm talking to somebody that is trying to learn how to do something or something, like you really want to pay attention to. And again, it's where it comes to experimenting. So those people that are within that first 3 to 5 100 group, like I said, they're really the 300 group. That just mind me, I don't even know why I didn't think of this. The 300, the movie, have you ever seen that before? I love that movie. Okay, rabbit trail over. But it's like when you really start to pay attention, okay, who am I talking to? What are they doing? Is this a video to where they're going to want to see exactly what I'm talking about? So if I'm saying, like, I could describe this to you like, hey, if you go into YouTube Studio Beta, you can see if you click on this and click on that, you're listening to me, but this is a part of the something where it may be better to actually show this to you. And so, like, you have to pay attention to who you're trying to reach, what are you trying to teach them, show them, or share with them, and how is that content going to be best received for that audience. So this is like that group that you get a chance to experiment with a little bit. And these are the people that they have decided that they're going to stick with you. They have decided that they like your content enough. They're going to subscribe. And now it's time for you to take that relationship to the next step, in my Dr. Phil voice. So, like I said, so just to recap, for the 3 reasons why I think, in my personal belief and just from my personal experience, of why I feel your first 300 subscribers really matter more than those first 100. Number one, they join, and these are the people that they join you while you are still learning what to do. And that could be that you change topics. So every time you see people unsubscribe, or maybe that you see a thumbs down, that's still engagement too. It's still considered something that moves people to make and do an action. So don't take that too wrong or what have you. But, it's like early on, your stuff could change. The kind of stuff that I talked about at the very, very beginning, really, a lot of personal development content, a lot of finance type stuff or whatever, tax stuff, it's just like the real nerdy aspects of business. It's not the same stuff that I talk about today in that same way. I'll blend that content in with other stuff. So if I'm talking about buying your first camera, then I'll talk about the investments and being financially responsible and stuff like that. So I'll weave that in there. So it's still an aspect of it, but I'm not leading with that. And so, again, so it's just like kind of paying attention to those things. So they're the people, they say yes to you, even though you may not know what the heck you're doing or how you're going to do it. And number two, they fuel the growth. They fuel your future growth of your channel. And this is by the watch time. This is by the comments. This is by the views. And I should have put likes and then views because, if there's a hierarchy, again, then it would be the watch time, because they're going to watch before they engage. And hopefully they watch a lot of your stuff or most of the video. And then you want them to hit the like button because that's a simple gesture. And then you want them to comment if they feel so moved to comment. But essentially, like if there is a hierarchy in the way that somebody engages, again, you're watching something first. Did you make it past the first 2 to 3 minutes? And if you didn't, why not? So one of the things that I did was that quick nugget here. One of the things that I did is that my brother from another mother, Sean Cannell, that I love dearly, and I've talked endlessly about, you think he gets paid plugs over here or something, but it's just like, no, like, and it's like, you would think that, I don't know. You would think that like maybe it's some masterful teacher or some like super serious, like he's just talking about like, hey, this camera's better than that camera. But I would binge watch. Like I took a Saturday and took a notepad and a journal, and I'm like, why do I like to watch his videos over and over and over again? I know I've seen this video already. I know that he compared, but I'm like looking for the fine details. And I'm like, man, it's really something about his videos that I really enjoy. And so I took a journal, I took a Saturday, and I literally sat in the living room, put the Fire Stick on, and I just watched. And then I did like what I said, because I know I'm aiming for that workpreneur or the working entrepreneur, which means you're working a job, but you're running your business, your side hustle on the side, and you're scaling up to whatever that level of growth is that you want in your business. And so, like I said, small business video marketing tips. So I realized, what is it that I do? What do I do? My phone is not necessarily like this, at work. It's face down. So I put his video on my phone, and I would turn the TV off for a second, and I'm just listening to it, because this is how I'm going to do it at work. This is how most people would be if they're hiding and, trying to be shifty or whatever at work. But it's just like, if I'm covering up my phone or turning it over, I'm not watching. So how am I audibly cueing them that this is point 1, 2, and 3? How is the music going? How is it flowing? Is the music too loud and my voice is too low? Is it a lot of static in the background? Is it a lot of distractions? Like, what is it? Is the video? And don't think like the video quality is so important. It's important, but not as important as you think it is. Your ears are more sensitive than your eyes. And so as long as you have good audio, people will forgive a fuzzy video. They'll, like somebody told me, for one of some things for the M50 series, they was like, what? I think it's like the first video I was using the Panasonic G85. I could have moved, focus could have been off. I don't even remember. He was like, it looks a little soft. I'm like, brother, I wear glasses and I need a new prescription. I promise you, I don't know what you're looking at, but if you see it, it very well could be there. So it's like, well, what camera are you? I'm like, that was the G85. I was like, it could have just been me and left it in auto, or, it's like, I don't know. But guess what? he watched the video long enough to see if the focus is going to change. And that's not just his, like wanting to critique or whatever, because he hit on other points that are later in the video. So again, that watch time metrics, that stuff was there. Now I'm a little bit further along and just crossed over 1,500 subscribers. So thank you to all the recent subscribers that are here that just joined the Entree fam. So pumped that you are here. But, it's like paying attention and doing the work. So there's no way, like I said, what took me literally, and we can go back to this. You say June 1st, 2017 to June 1st, 2018. I just hit 500 subscribers in September 2018. So you mean to tell me that from, June, where's that at? Yeah, it's right here. So from June 1st, 2017 to June 1st, 2018, I had really started, I think it's like even back to June 2016, actually, that I think put my very first video up. I think it was. I think that's this video or what have you, but I'll just pull it from this time frame because I know is when I really started to focus and upload with a purpose at this point. So, I'm purposefully working on stuff, purposefully trying and working and putting stuff together. It's just like, so at this point, I still only had 330, and I don't want to say still only, but at this time I had 336 subscribers because these are real people hitting the real button that are actually there and show up and care. So, 336 subscribers at this time. And I know that I'm trying my best to do a good job. So there's no way that within the past 30 to 60 days, I've surpassed what I would do even in a month, and what took me, up to 2 years to do. It's like those first 300 subscribers are everything. So let me jump over to the comments, and then we will go ahead and land the plane on this one. Said, I'm in. What's up, El Shine? Good to see you. Said, hey, glad that I made it. Well, I'm glad that you are here as well. Solid steps to wealth. Said Diane, drop in pure gems. Pay attention. Priceless. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. Love it. Love it. Love it. Said Jazz, me and you. Said agree with you. Solid steps to wealth. I appreciate the love, guys. And said nothing but nuggets. Got that right. So appreciate it. Hope you guys got some value out of tonight's content. Real quick before we leave, I'm gonna keep on doing this as long as it happens. We got the VIP of the day, Solid Steps with dropping that super chat. And thank you to everyone that was here, Bobby World, Vicky online, Jazz, me and you jumping in, and El Sean watching here live on tonight's Friday live. If you're watching this live, thank you so much for being here, for spending time, because that's the one commodity that we cannot get back, which is time. So thank you so much for sharing a little bit of yours with me. So if you liked today's video, if you enjoyed the content here, make sure you definitely consider subscribing to do more content like this. And whether you're watching this on the replay or live and you have more things that you want to add value or content or comment, make sure you leave those down below, and there'll be a little video over yonder. Hey, is that the right camera? That don't look like the right camera. What is it doing to me? Is this the right camera? No, that's the wrong camera. It got me. See? You don't always get it right. All right, guys. Well, as always, live with passion. I'll see you guys on the next video.